What's up, y'all? Happy Thursday. Today is Thursday or Friday Eve, y'all. What's up? How's everybody doing? I hope y'all having a wonderful, wonderful day so far. It's 2 o'clock here Eastern Standard Time. Y'all, I apologize. I was not on the last couple of days. I had some things to do, and so I just had to shift some things around. And here I am. I wanted to make sure I got on here with you all today so we can do day 6 of the Dynamic Laws of Prosperity teachings. And today, we are talking about radiate and you will attract. And if y'all have been on the other live streams, you know that this book was written in the 1960s. And so in today's world, we would call this the law of attraction, right? And so I'm excited to read this part of it with y'all and share the thoughts of the day. I think I did write down a question of the day. Let me make sure. Huh, I did not. So maybe we'll, decide on the question of the day as we go along. Okay. So listen, when you come in, drop me a comment, say hey, send me some hearts, share this with somebody that you think may really benefit from this teaching, y'all. Okay. So again, today we're talking about radiate and you will attract. And in today's world, it would be the law of attraction. Okay. And so if you're just joining us, we are teaching on the dynamic laws of prosperity. It is a book written by Miss Catherine Ponder. It was during a time of financial hardships in the world where she was going around speaking and teaching on how to literally use your words like magic and use your words to change and transform your life. Okay. And so if you're new to me, my name is Jamila Moore. I am a manifestation and mindset coach. I help women in business to use spiritual principles to elevate their internal world to then make that manifest in their external world. I help you to use your internal value to increase your external value. Okay. And so we're teaching on the dynamic laws of prosperity. And today we are talking about radiate and you will attract. Okay. So it says, and just to recap, in the previous teachings, we talked about giving in order to receive. That was day 5, giving in order to receive. And we learned that you cannot get something for nothing, right? And so, whatever it is that you want more of, if you want more time, if you want more money, if you want more resources, we have to learn to start giving away. We have to learn to give joyfully and understand that giving, we give because we understand that there is an abundance more that is already always on its way to us. Okay. So the question of the day for day 5 was, I believe, how can you become a joyful giver? Okay. And so if you missed that episode or that stream, day 5 will be available on my YouTube channel later on. I think only up to day 2 has been released. So it'll be released by early next week. We'll have all of them on there up through day 6. Okay. And so we'll be going live every day, Monday through Friday. We're going to say Monday through Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I missed the last 2 days. But again, here we are and we're gonna go ahead and get into it. It's radiate and you will attract. It says Emerson might have been describing the law of giving and receiving or radiation and attraction when he wrote, great hearts send forth steadily the secret forces that incessantly draw great events. And who are the great hearts? Those people who dare to think and radiate great thoughts and expectancies of success and prosperity instead of failure, trouble, and limitation. There's nothing great, unusual, or praiseworthy about failure, trouble, and limitation. And on day 1, if y'all remember, we talked about failure is a result of failure thinking, right? So when we change our thinking, when we change those thoughts that we think on, that we meditate on, that we really focus on, we begin to change what we see. And so Emerson basically says, whatever it is that we're thinking about, whatever it is that we believe, that's what we radiate, right? It says anyone can experience those things by following the line of least resistance and by entertaining the usual failure thoughts that one constantly hears every day. So it's easy to think on trouble, it's easy to think on fears. The news gives us information that is fearful and all of these negative things, right? So it's easy to think on those things. It's a little bit harder to be intentional about thinking on the good things, right? It says how often one hears the complaint, everything happens to me. I just can't win for losing. This is a tough world. The other fellows get the breaks, right? We always have something to complain about, and we hear complaints all the time, right? It says this beginning usually leads into a conversation filled with unpleasant experiences of the day, criticism of jobs, coworkers, family, and the government, world leaders, war, crime, disease, and hard time, right? We're constantly hearing, oh, we're in a recession. Things are inflation, right? Everything costs more. We are constantly bombarded with thoughts of lack, right? There's never enough. We don't have enough money. We don't have enough time. We don't have enough of the things that we need, right? Those things are put in our face and in our ears every single day, all day, right? Excuse me. And so it's easy to focus on those negative thoughts, but it's much harder to be intentional with focusing on positivity within our thoughts. It says each of us constantly uses the law of radiation and attraction, whether we are aware of it or not. But if you wish to enjoy more prosperity and success in life, you have to consciously, boldly, and deliberately take hold of your thoughts and feelings and redirect them towards prosperity and success. And I highlighted this part. It says, it is up to you to dare to choose to radiate outward through your thinking what you really wish to experience in life, rather than to get bogged down in unpleasant or failure experiences of the moment. So bad things happen, right? That is a reality. But for us to focus on those things and dwell on those things and constantly allow ourselves to think, oh, I'm having a bad day. Today is such a bad day. It's going to be a bad day. Everything is just happening to me. That stuff is easy. But when we can intentionally, even though things may be happening, when we can intentionally focus our thoughts on those good things, focus our thoughts on thoughts of prosperity and success and all of the good that we begin to radiate those things, that energy, and then we begin to attract those things back to us. I tell my students all the time, like we become what we are, right? We become what we think we are. We become what we focus on. And so when we are constantly focused on, even if your bank account is not where you want it to be right now, if you constantly focus on, I only have $10 in the bank, you're telling the universe that this is what I like, right? I like this feeling because I'm consistently focusing on it, right? But when you can shift your thinking and shift your mindset to say, you know what, I'm a millionaire, or if that's too far fetched, right? I always have an abundance of savings in my account. When you can change your mind to focus on what may not be true at the moment, but the reality that you wish to receive, right? When you can do that instead, you tell the universe, this is what I believe. This is what I want more of, right? I want to always have more abundance in my bank account. And so when we begin to shift our thoughts and shift our focus and shift the things that we say and we believe, right, to those things that are prosperous for us, we begin to manifest those things because we are radiating the essence of what we desire to attract. Okay. And so that's what that's saying. It says, a friend in the public relations business recently used the law of radiation and attraction with successful results. For some time, he had desired a certain out of state account and had made every reasonable effort to obtain it. Finally, he decided that he would definitely entertain and mentally radiate the desire for that account strongly, deliberately, and boldly. It says, feeling that surely in due time he would receive that account or a bigger one. He sat down and quietly thought about the account as though he were already handling it. He went over that account in his mind and thought of all the ways he would attempt to serve that client's best interest if he were handling their public relations. He thought about the account and the people involved for a long time and in great detail. It says he also declared over and over for a time, I am not discouraged. I am persistent. I go forward. I am determined to achieve success in God's own wonderful way for me. And it says, when a sense of peace came over him, he dismissed the matter from his mind. Listen, y'all, what did we just describe, right? What do all of the manifestation gurus say that we are supposed to do? We are supposed to visualize. This just described this man sitting there visualizing exactly what he wanted. He wanted this account. He had been thinking about this account. This is an account that he wants to have, right? In his PR. And so he sat there and he visualized what he would do, how he would interact with the account, what he would do for him. He visualized how he would handle that account, right? Even though he hadn't had the account, and even though he hadn't even had a conversation with the owners of that account, he knew what he wanted and he visualized himself having it and how he would use it. Okay. And it says a few weeks later, he attended a conversation in which a number of his clients were involved. While swimming with several of them in the pool, he met the man whom he had been trying for months to meet, who had been in charge of that out of state account. Right there in the pool, they negotiated. When he joyously related his experience to me, he declared it was doubtless the prosperity law of radiation and attraction that brought these happy results. So he was like, it could have only been the radiation and attraction, which is what we call today the law of attraction, right? It says, I have observed in talking with hundreds of people who have gone from failure to success that it is what we really think deep within ourselves most of the time, rather than the big fronts we may put up to others, that unconsciously attracts like results to us. There's an age old maxim that says, we are where we are because we are where we are, and we are what we are because of our habitual thinking. It's like we are here where we are because this is what our thinking, this is what our speaking, this is what our actions have led us up to, right? So, in order for us to get to from where we are to where we desire to be, we have to think on those thoughts that are going to get us there. We have to shift and change our beliefs to align with where we desire to be, right? We can't want to be successful in something. And I said this the other day, like if we have a business, we can't consistently think things like nobody interacts with my content, nobody buys my products, there's nobody for me to sell to, the market is oversaturated, right? We cannot think on those thoughts. Those thoughts are not going to get us the numbers in business that we desire. What we have to focus on and think on is that everyone who comes across my content is a potential buyer, right? Everyone who needs my product will see it and be motivated to buy it. My content will bring those people that are for me to my business. We have to change and shift our thoughts and beliefs to align with what we desire to see. If we want to grow our business, our thoughts and our beliefs have to align with the growth of our business. We cannot be successful thinking on failure thoughts, right? And so I'm gonna pause right there, and I'm gonna go into our my points, right? So number one point is our words and our thoughts go out into the universe as requests that we desire. And if we don't focus on what we put out into the universe, is like a prophecy that comes back to us. So if we don't want it in our life, we should not speak it. If we don't want to manifest it, we should not be thinking and dwelling on it. Okay. If you don't desire it in your life, don't entertain those thoughts too long. Don't spend time complaining. Instead, speak on those things that are positive and fulfilling, right? If you may be having a bad day, if something may not be going right at the moment, speak on those things that you want to happen, right? Instead of focusing on what's going wrong right now, focus on what you want to happen, right? Focus on what you want to see. Focus on how you want the day to progress. You know what? I may be in a rut right now, but I say the rest of the day will be the great day, right? The rest of the day, I will have an amazing day. I will meet everybody I need to meet. I will interact with everybody I need to interact with. My business is going to grow. Okay. I'm going to get a new supporter today. I'm going to get someone to purchase something from my business today. I'm going to get someone to engage with my content today. Whatever it is that may not be going right in the moment, don't focus on that. Shift your thoughts to what it is that you want to see happen. Okay. Number two, we just talked about it. Visualize, right? See it, feel it, experience it within your spirit, right? You can sit, if you can sit for 3 to 5 minutes a day and visualize someone purchasing from someone purchasing from your store, if you can visualize someone walking into the store, if you have a brick and mortar, if you can visualize your post going viral or whatever it is that you want to do, if you can visualize, if you can see it, you can manifest it, right? A lot of the reason we cannot manifest certain things that we want is because we don't give ourselves the opportunity to experience it, right? My money mindset coach used to say, look at your bank account and visualize what you want to see in it. Okay. If it's 10 cents in there right now, but you want to see $10,000, open your account and visualize seeing that $10,000. Experience how it's going to make you feel, right? Feel how it feels to open your account and see that $10,000. Think about what you may want to do with that $10,000. Um, I took a class with Miss Iyanla Van Zant, right? And she had us start to spend, we would I forgot what it was called, but basically every single day I would put $10,000 into my account, right? So today I would start with 10,000, tomorrow I would have 20,000, the next day I would have 30,000. So every day I'm building up my account with $10,000, right? And then I am literally spending it, right? Because I know that there's an abundance and I'm going to spend this money today and then tomorrow I'm going to get some more money to spend. So every day I would build up my account and I would spend it because I was teaching my subconscious how to spend large amounts of money. Because a lot of us cannot create things that we have never experienced. So it was teaching our subconscious mind to experience having an abundance of money and then spending it. Because a lot of us don't even know if we had $1 million in our account, what we would do with that $1 million. So when you learn to experience what it feels like, you begin to radiate and attract those things into your life so that they can manifest. Okay, so see it, feel it, experience. Allow your mind and thoughts to experience what you desire before it manifests in your life. Create a visualization so that you can see yourself experiencing the thing you desire to have. Okay, it says our mind does not know reality from fiction. Y'all, if you get this, once you understand this can be a game changer for you. Okay. Hey, everybody that's just now joining in. Welcome, welcome. We are reading The Dynamic Laws of Prosperity by Miss Catherine Ponder. And listen, when you begin to understand that your mind, our subconscious mind, does not understand the concept of fact or fiction, anything you tell your mind, it will accept. Okay. With the exception of some things, I talked to y'all about the RAS. It's our bullshit meter, right? So if I told myself right now that my shirt is red, my subconscious is going to call bullshit because it knows that my shirt is not red, right? So when we tell ourselves things that we just know is not true, it does not resonate, right? But when we begin to input new beliefs, I told y'all the other day, when you are trying to use new affirmations and shift your beliefs using different affirmations, declarations, whatever, if it's something that may not resonate with you at the moment, stop saying, things like, I am a millionaire now, right? If that does not resonate with you, say, I am willing to believe that I can make $1 million. Tell yourself that you are willing. This may not resonate with me right now, but I am willing to believe that this can be true for me. Shift your affirmations to start incorporating things like willing, or I allow myself to believe this thing will be true for me. When you can shift your declarations and your affirmations to at least start them out that way, when that thing begins to resonate with you a little bit more, then you can remove the willing and allow, and you can begin to declare those things, right? But in order for us to get past that bullshit meter within our mind, we have to be we have to say things like, I am willing to accept that this can be true for me. Okay. So our mind does not know reality from fiction. When we begin to tell ourselves, when we begin to tell our mind what our new truths are and get those things embedded, so that they go from just a saying to a belief, and now this is something that I believe within my being. We allow ourselves the opportunity to begin to radiate that thing, that energy of what we believe, so that now those things that we desire are attracted to us. Okay. So give your mind a picture of what you desire to allow. Give your mind a picture of what you desire to allow it to manifest into your reality. Okay. And then we'll get into our number 3 point in just a little while. So where we leave off at, y'all? It says, okay. I have observed in talking. Nope, nope, nope. Okay. Many people work hard to attract greater good in superficial ways without first habitually radiating its mental equivalent. And then they are sorely disappointed when their great efforts results in failure and disappointment. Once when I was talking with a lady who felt she would like to be married, I suggested that she invoke the law of radiation and attraction. After explaining that she must radiate before she could attract, I suggested that she prayerfully radiate these ideas over and over. It says, divine love expressing through me now draws me to all that is needed to make me happy and complete and my life complete. Let me read that again. Divine love expressing through me now draws me all that is needed to make me happy and my life complete now. All that is an affirmation, and she is basically saying that this divine love is going to express through me or to radiate from me, so that all that I want, need, and desire to make me happy and fulfilled is attracted to me now. That's just a law of attraction prayer, right? That she's saying, or a law of attraction affirmation. So we have to set our affirmations up to align with those things that we desire to see. Okay. It says, a little later, I began receiving reports from mutual friends that she was working hard on the attracting angle, but was radiating nothing more than the telephone calls and obvious invitations to all the men of her acquaintance. Later, she returned and reported that the suggested prayer method had not worked. It wasn't that it wasn't working, it was that she wasn't doing it properly. Okay. It says, gently, I reminded her that she had not radiated the prayer method suggested, but had radiated the scare method, right? So she wasn't doing it properly. She was trying to half it, right? Half ass it. She was like, I'm going to do this my way. And sometimes we can't do things our way because our way hasn't worked up until this point. So when we learn something new, when someone teaches us how to do something in a different way, if that thing has been proven to work, when we begin to do it the right way, different things happen. Okay, so she was doing it wrong. It says, a middle aged widow more recently dared to try the radiation and attraction method for the same purpose. While floating in a swimming pool, she silently affirmed over and over, divine love expressing through me now draws me to all that is needed to make me happy and my life complete. Presently, she heard a man's voice calling to her from the side of the pool, inquiring about the water, which she assured him was wonderful. Soon he was in the water, and a little later he was in her life as her husband. Listen, she was radiating and attracting what she desired, and she got herself a husband. So y'all, we got one more, not even a whole page left, okay? And then we gonna wrap up day 6, and I'm gonna let y'all go, okay? It says, this next little, what do I want to call it? This next little section, I'm sorry, y'all, lost my word there. It's called mental preparation comes first. Y'all listen to this. It says, what a thrill it is to realize that all things can be accomplished within the mind first. Didn't we just talk about that? We have to have a mental picture, a visualization. We have to see it within our mind first, okay? That your mind is the divine power for good. The reason all things can be accomplished mentally first is that the mind is the connecting link between the formed and unformed world, right? Our mind is the connecting link between the reality and what we desire to manifest, right? The unformed reality. It's up to you in this wonderful age to claim your spiritual dominion of great good over everything. Y'all, I don't even remember when I talked about that, but listen, we have dominion over all things. I think I talked about that in one of my yeah, that was in the Millionaire Mindset Masterclass. Oh my goodness. Y'all, we went deep in on that. But we have dominion over all things. The Bible says we have dominion over every creeping thing. And I think I just put out, I posted that to YouTube. If we have dominion over all things, why don't we have dominion over our money? Wait a minute. I'm going to take a sit behind that. If we were given dominion over all things, why don't we claim dominion over our money? Let's keep going. It says, it's up to you in this wonderful age to claim your spiritual dominion of great good over everything and to dare to subdue, change, or reform your world as you wish. Dare to change what you desire to see because we can have anything we desire. We only have to believe that we can achieve it. Okay. It says, of course, you have been given all of this power to produce good and only good. Man's difficulty comes when he uses his power in reverse. And let me say it like this: our difficulty comes when we believe we don't have the power, okay? But what a sense of freedom it gives you to realize that whatever you center your attention upon steadily, constantly, and deliberately in your thoughts, feelings, and experiences forms the, hold on, expectancies. My bad. Let me read that again. Whatever you center your attention upon steadily, constantly, and deliberately in your thoughts, feelings, and expectancies forms the experiences of your life. When you realize this, life becomes easier, simpler, and more richly satisfying. Listen, when we understand that we can form our own experiences based on how we think, how we believe, how we expect. We have to have an expectation, right? For the things that we desire in life. We have to believe that we can have them. We have to affirm and decree that we can have them. We have to believe we can have them. And then we have to have an expectation for receiving them. And when we realize this, life becomes easier, simpler, and more richly satisfying. It says you then no longer feel that you have to argue, beg, reason, plead, or appeal to anyone for your desired good. Instead, you quietly go to work in your thinking to mentally choose, mentally accept, and mentally radiate what you wish to experience in life. It gives you a victorious feeling even before the rich results begin to pour in. Listen, when we think and believe we can have something, that alone, believing we can have what we desire to have, that alone allows us to radiate a feeling of fulfillment because we don't feel like anything is out of our reach. We don't feel like We don't have this sense of lack or this sense of, oh my goodness, I want something, but I can't have it. When we understand that anything we desire is already within our reach, our entire life can shift and change. Okay, so I'm gonna go to my third point here. It says focus on what you desire with intention and expectation. Be intentional in your thinking. Be intentional in your thinking and be specific in your asking. Listen, in our prayer time, in our time where we tell God exactly what we want, tell God, the universe, whatever it is that you believe, right? We have to be specific in our asking. Don't just ask for a car, ask for the car you want. Don't just ask for the house, ask for the bedrooms, the bathrooms, the siding, the do you want brick or do you want, listen, ask for what you desire in life, because the universe is going to give us what it thinks we want if we're not specific, okay? Everything that we speak, everything that we ask for comes back to us in the form of a response. God always hears and he always answers. Even if the answer is not right now, his answers are yes and amen. Okay. It says, have an attitude of expectation that you can have anything you desire to have. You can have anything that hold on, anything you desire that your mind can create. We talked about that the other day. Our mind has to get there first. We cannot manifest things that we have not already formed within our mind, right? A lot of us, and I'll use this as an example. When you see families and people that have lived in the area their entire life, right? Generations of people are living, they've moved down the street, or maybe they all still reside in the same house. A lot of times that's because they've not been exposed to other areas, right? They're like, we're comfortable here. This is where everyone is. They've not tried to venture out somewhere else, so they don't have any mental awareness of something different. So we stay stuck in what's comfortable, okay? So we have to begin to formulate what we desire in our mind so that we can manifest it in our reality. It says if you can see it in your mind, believe it in your heart, you can create it and manifest it in your life. Y'all, and that is the third talking point. And I told you we didn't have a question of the day, so I'm gonna just throw one out there. How can you, what is it that you desire to create that you need to get your mind, get aligned within your mind? Okay. What is the one thing that you desire to have in life that you can focus on? Create a mental picture of it in your mind so that you can manifest it in your life. So, whatever that one thing is, I want you to write it down specifically, okay? I want you to write it down specifically. I want you to create an affirmation, a decree, a declaration, whatever you want to call it, that aligns with that thing manifesting in your life, okay? So, if you're trying to manifest a new car, okay? Um, get a mental picture. What kind of car? How many do you want? Front wheel drive, four wheel drive? Do you want, I don't know, rims for the car? Like, what is it? What color do you want it? I want you to get specific on what that thing is. And then I want you to create an affirmation around it. I am willing to believe that the 2024 Toyota Camry, red color, whatever, is mine. I am willing to believe that every day I get to drive this car to work. Every day I get to drive this car to my business. I am willing to believe that this vehicle that I desire is mine. Whatever that affirmation is, I want you to be specific about it. I want you to be very what am I trying to say? I want you to get very clear, right? I want you to write it out in a decree, not I want this to happen, not, don't be wishy-washy about it. Be very specific and write it with some authority, okay? This thing is yours. It's already yours. You just have to formulate a mental picture and get your mind to align with the belief that you can have it. And then when you get your mind aligned, when you get your heart aligned, when you get your belief aligned, that is when you will begin to radiate the energy that is going to attract that thing to you. And so today's lesson was on radiating and attracting, okay? Or in today's world, we call the law of attraction. All right, y'all. So that was day 6. We just wrapped up day 6. And tomorrow, because I will be back tomorrow for day 7, we're going to talk about being deliberate about wealth. And you are magnetic. I think we're gonna go ahead and wrap chapter 2 up. No, we're gonna hit on these 3 points. Being deliberate about wealth, you are magnetic, and the third one is outer steps will come easily. And then on day 8, we'll talk about releasing your pent up substance and do a recap before we go into chapter 3. Okay, y'all. So listen, I thank y'all so much for joining me on today. I have been trying to make sure I don't keep y'all in here. Like, look, sometimes my live streams go for about an hour and a half. I'm trying to be very intentional about getting in here, giving y'all the message, and allowing y'all to go about y'all day. So if you join me for today's message from the Dynamic Laws of Prosperity, I thank you so much. Listen, I hope you come back for tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to talk about being deliberate in our wealth. Listen, if you've missed the first 6 days or however many days, day 1 and day 2 are now available on my YouTube channel. I don't think my YouTube channel is in the link in my profile, so I'm gonna give it to y'all. The YouTube is at She Grows Here, I believe. It's at She Grows Here, or you can search up, yeah, I think it's at She Grows Here. We're gonna go with that. And you should see my beautiful face on there. If you have any problems, go ahead and send me a DM. I'll send you the link because I swear, I promise y'all, I meant to put that link out there, and I was looking at it yesterday, and I know I have like Amazon, I have my podcast on there, but I don't think YouTube was linked. So I'm gonna get that done today for y'all. Okay, I'm sorry. But if you missed day 1 and day 2, they are both available on YouTube. We'll be back tomorrow for day 7. And my plan is to do Monday through Friday, every day, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I don't know how much of this book we gonna get through, y'all, but I'm gonna get through as much as I can with y'all. This is where we are, okay? We only this much in. We got this much left. But this is a really, really good book. When I first read this book, I did the audio book, y'all. I ain't even gonna perp. I did the audio book because it is a pretty thick book. But I bought the book because it is really good. And when I was when I was sitting and doing some prayer and meditation on what I wanted to do on TikTok and going into 2024, God said, look, I want you, especially in this time that we're having, in this time of economic turmoil, right? Because we don't believe that, we don't accept that. But when there are so many people out here struggling, there is this thing called inflation. I just wanted to deliver this message, just as Miss Ponder did, to let everyone know that our words can literally shift, change, and transform our life. I felt like it was 1000% in alignment with what I teach in my courses, with what I teach to my students. And so I was like, Lord, we're going to do it. We're going to show up on TikTok. Today is only day 6. I have missed a couple of days, y'all. I am getting used to this doing everyday live streams. So y'all just bear with me. If I miss a day, please forgive me. I will try my best to be back the next day. So anyway, y'all, I ain't gonna talk your ear off too much longer. I appreciate y'all joining me. Listen, my name is Coach Jamila Moore. I'm a manifestation and mindset coach. If you are not following me, go ahead and follow me. If this is your first time being introduced to my content, go ahead and click on my profile, scroll through, check out some videos, y'all. We have devotionals out there. We are doing a 100 Days of Believing Bigger devotional. So check those out. I do devotional recaps. Um, so, just go ahead and binge that. It's some good stuff out there. So, y'all, I will see y'all on tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we will be back with more from the Dynamic Laws of Prosperity. Y'all have a wonderful, beautiful, blessed rest of your day, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Okay? Bye.